3 months ago, we invested 100,000 Kenya shillings in the Kenyan stock market using Ziidi Trader. And I shared this video with you guys. And since then, the market has gone through its ups and downs. Yeah. And there was a point where our portfolio had lost thousands of shillings. And today, I want us to open that portfolio again to see whether staying invested was the right decision or whether we should have sold when things started going south. One of the things I want us to do more often in this channel, and that is documenting real investment instead of only talking about them. I know that investing always sounds very easy when we are looking at charts and when you're looking at historic or past performance or past returns, but it's completely different experience when it comes to your money or your own money that is moving up and down on a daily basis. And that is the reason why we'll be reviewing this portfolio and many other portfolios that we are creating. Remember, we also have the monthly challenge that we have. I'll be sharing this with you every month so that we can learn together. We celebrate the wins together, understand the losses, and most importantly, see how investing and how long-term investing actually plays out in the real world. And if you want to be part of this, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, because here we learn practically. So to our video today, here is how we invested the money. We allocated 25,000 Kenya shillings to KCB Bank, then another 25,000 Kenya shillings, yes, in KenGen. We did 25,000 Kenya shillings in I&M Bank, and then we did 20,000 Kenya shillings in Kenya Re, and the last 5,000 Kenya shillings we invested in Diamond Trust Bank. The goal, when I was creating this portfolio, the goal was not to find 5 perfect stocks, because you can never find the perfect stocks. The goal was to build a diversified portfolio across different companies and allow time to do its work. And as you can see, my allocation or my portfolio is heavily weighted on the banks, but we all know that banks have been doing very well in Kenya, and it's one of the best sector that you can actually invest when it comes to the local stock markets. But you can also see that I also did 2 stocks that are not in the banking sector, just to diversify my investment. And you're going to see the importance of this as we proceed with this discussion or this video. Now, not long after making those investments, that the market reminded us that investing isn't always exciting. I took this screenshot on May 26, that is like a month after, and honestly, this was not a very pleasant period of our investment journey. Now, as you can see here, Kenya Re had fallen by 10.84%. Diamond Trust Bank was down 11.5%. KenGen had dropped 5.66%. KCB was also down with, and even I&M, which would later become our best performer, was in the red as well. And at that point, the entire portfolio had fallen by 7.25%, reducing our investments now from 100,000 Kenya shillings to roughly 92,000 Kenya shillings. Okay, so for those who usually ask whether there is capital preservation in the stock market or what kind of risk we usually look at when it comes to investing in the stock market, this is the kind of risk that we usually talk about, because you can see your capital can significantly even reduce, even more than this. You can see your investment even reduced by half, because what you're investing in here is high risk, but the potential returns are on the higher side, and you're going to be seeing that. But also remember, sometimes it doesn't take short time as what we are experiencing right now. Sometimes it can take even longer for you to recover or for you to go back to your initial investment or the value of your initial investment, you know, now coming back to 100,000 Kenya shillings. To be seeing that amount again, sometimes it takes time, and that is the reason why we usually say that investing in the stock market is a long-term investment, so that even if it takes longer than you expected, even if it takes longer than what we have here today, you still be in profit. And sometimes it's even possible for the value to go down now from 100,000 Kenya shillings, like you're seeing right now, to 92,000 Kenya shillings. It comes back above 100,000 Kenya shillings for it only to go back even lower than the 92,000 Kenya shillings. So those are the kind of cycles that you're going to find in the stock market. Now, if you have ever invested before, you probably know the feeling of opening your portfolio and seeing almost everything in red. It's very uncomfortable. In fact, for me, most of the time when the markets are not doing very well, I rarely open my investment portfolio unless I'm making an investment. And this is exactly the moment when most of us begin to ask ourselves some questions or start doubting our investment decision. And we usually ask ourselves, should I sell before I lose even more? And I know we have done that. We have sold before losing more, only for the market to end up recovering right after we sell, right? We also ask ourselves, did I make the wrong decision? Is the market going to keep falling? So these are perfectly normal questions that all of us, we ask ourselves, but they are also the moments that separate investing from speculation. So what you need to fall back to in such moments is your investment thesis. What you need to ask yourself is, has my investment thesis changed? Has the reason why I invested in this particular stock changed? Because a falling share price alone isn't always a reason to panic. It's actually, if your thesis still holds, it's a reason for you to invest more. Now, during this period, instead of reacting emotionally, we stuck to our original plan. We reminded ourselves that this portfolio was never meant to be a one-month experiment. We invested for long term, and that is what we stuck to. We invested with a long-term mindset because short-term price movements are part of the journey. Fast forward to July 2026, and let's see what happened. Now, I took this screenshot on July 6, 2026, and the portfolio has now recovered and it's sitting at around 7.73% above our original investment. And here you might notice that the app displays a return of around 4%, but that's because it's using a different calculation based on the reference point of when it is looking at the increase, right? But when we are comparing these, with the current value directly with the original amount invested, which is 100,000 Kenya shillings, and we are up approximately 7.73%. Now, the biggest contributor to the recovery has been I&M. There have been some news about I&M that has pushed the prices up, which has made a gain of almost 29%. At the same time, Kenya Re and DTB, that is Diamond Trust Bank, are still in the negative territories, and I think this is one of the best examples of why diversification matters a lot. I know sometimes when we are beginning our investment journey, we think that we have to choose the perfect stocks and that all the stocks in our portfolio has to be performing very well for us to see a positive or to be happy about our investment. But that is rarely always the case when it comes to investing. Sometimes one or two strong performance are enough to offset weaker investment and keep the overall portfolio moving in the right direction. That's exactly what we are seeing here. I&M has performed very well, but you can still see that we still have some of our investment on the red. Now, during our investment period, there is one thing the portfolio here or the screenshot has not captured, and this is the dividend we have received along the way. Now, since we became shareholders, some of these companies have paid us dividends, which is another way of investors earning money when it comes to the stock markets. And here is how much each company has paid us so far. Now, when we add these dividends to portfolio's capital gain of 7.73%, our total return would be even higher if we decided to cash out today. And of course, that's only on paper because we are not selling at the moment. Our plan hasn't changed. We are holding this investment for long term, and we continue collecting dividends where they are paid. And we allow the power of compounding to work in our favor. It will be very interesting to see how this portfolio evolves over the coming months, so we'll keep tracking it together. I'll be sharing every update, whether the markets are going up and whether they're going down. I'll be sharing this with you so that you can experience this together. And if you want to join me in this journey, you can always do so. You can start your investment journey as well, so that we can move together as we are. I'm updating you on my portfolio. You can also check yours and see how yours is also doing. That way, it makes this very exciting. Now, markets don't always move in the straight line, and that's why I think this update will be far more valuable than simply talking about investing in theory, right? And I'll keep updating you, because you also have the monthly investment challenge for both the local markets and the offshore markets. So make sure that you're tuned in for that as well, so that you don't miss out on it and you learn practically on how these markets work. Now, if there is one lesson I hope you take away from today's update, it's that successful investing isn't just about picking good companies. It's also about having the patience to stay invested when your portfolio doesn't immediately reward you. The markets can test your emotions before it rewards your patience. And understanding that is one of the biggest steps towards becoming a better investor. If you'd like to learn how to buy shares on the Nairobi Securities Exchange, or how to research companies before investing, how to avoid common beginner mistakes, and how to build your on portfolio step by step, I'll put everything into a practical guide that you will find linked in the pinned comment and also in the description box. It is the resource I wish I had when I was starting this journey. And this is just the beginning. Every month I'll be coming back here. We are going to be opening our portfolios. We see what has changed. We discuss the lessons the market is teaching us, and we continue building wealth one investment at a time. Let me know what you think about this kind of discussions, so that we continue working on this. Thank you so much for watching. Happy investing, and see you in our next video. Bye.